Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tom Fitton, president of Judicial Watch. Joining me up here is Jim Peterson, Judicial Watch attorney, and of course Sam Wurzelbacher, otherwise known as Joe the Plumber. Judicial Watch, the public interest group that investigates and prosecutes corruption, today announces the filing of a federal civil rights lawsuit on behalf of Sam Wurzelbacher, known to many as Joe the Plumber, alleging that officials of the state of Ohio violated Mr. Wurzelbacher's constitutional rights by illegally accessing confidential information from its official databases. The defendants are Helen Jones Kelly, Fred Williams, and Doug Thompson, the three highest-ranking employees of the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services at the time of the alleged transgression. The lawsuit was filed in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Ohio Eastern Division in conjunction with Ohio attorney David R. Langdon. On Sunday, October 12, 2008, Mr. Wurzelbacher was throwing a football with his son in the front yard of his home when then presidential candidate and now President Barack Obama and his campaign entourage appeared on his street. Mr. Wurzelbacher, an employee of a small plumbing business, subsequently had the opportunity to ask Mr. Obama about the impact of his tax proposals on small businesses. Obama responded by saying, "It's not that I want to punish your success. I just want to make sure that everybody who's behind you, that they've got a chance at success too. I think when you spread the wealth around, it's good for everybody." The exchange between Obama and Mr. Wurzelbacher resulted in widespread media attention and references to Joe the Plumber in the third presidential debate held on October 15, 2008. According to a subsequent investigation by the Ohio Inspector General, on October 16, 2008, just 4 days after Mr. Wurzelbacher questioned Obama, Jones, Kelly, Williams, and Thompson held a meeting and specifically discussed Joe the Plumber. Following the meeting, the defendants authorized and instructed agency personnel to search confidential office databases to retrieve information about Mr. Wurzelbacher. All three defendants are believed to have been supporters of Obama's presidential campaign. The Inspector General found, quote, "no legitimate agency function or purpose for checking on Mr. Wurzelbacher's name through the confidential databases or for authorizing these searches," which the Inspector General labeled as a wrongful act. The Inspector General also determined that one of the defendants, Helen Jones Kelly, misused state resources to conduct political activities on behalf of Barack Obama. Judicial Watch believes no American should be investigated for simply asking a question of a public official. It is unconscionable for high-ranking state officials to have pried into confidential government files in retaliation for Joe's exercise of his First Amendment rights. And this lawsuit is filed under what is popularly known as the Ku Klux Klan Act, among other claims, and it goes after these former officials for violating Mr. Wurzelbacher's First Amendment rights in retaliation for his criticism and alleged opposition to Barack Obama. It's prohibited by federal law, and we aim to get some justice and accountability through the civil litigation process. I'll open up the floor to questions, and our attorney, Mr. Peterson, who's the lead attorney on this case, and Mr. Wurzelbacher are open for questions. Thank you.
Mr. Wurzelbacher, could you just talk a little bit about the lawsuit alleges humiliation, embarrassment, harassment, etc. Talk a little bit about, define that for us, a little bit about what this investigation did to your life.
No, you've seen mainstream media, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have they been nice?
I guess I asked the question. I'm just hoping you could
I'm
answer
having a
my question
dialogue
without
with you,
asking
brother.
me questions.
Well,
I just was hoping you could put into your
well,
own
quite
words.
frankly, mainstream media has done their best to discredit anything and everything about me. You know, the attacks hurt my son, hurt myself. I can no longer actually even work as a plumber, so I've been forced into another position to try to support my family. And all false reports, it ain't $1 million, it ain't $500,000, it ain't even close to $100,000. Yeah, I'm actually making less than what I made when I was a plumber. So it's damaged me in that aspect as well. Death threats I've had to withstand. Election night, I actually loaded my guns up because I was getting death threat after death threat all the time. So if that doesn't answer your question, I don't know what would, brother.
Okay. Do you ever regret having asked Barack Obama that question and then all this stuff that's kind of ensued from it?
I regret what's happened. Asking the question, I served in the military. My grandparents, my dad, we got a long line of history of serving our country. And for my country to do this, well, not my country, but for, state employees to do something like that to me, I don't regret it, but it shows that there's a problem. That elected officials believe that they can slam just a regular civilian whenever they feel like it if they ask a question that embarrasses them or catches them off the guard. That's not the way it works. It works that way in Cuba. Don't work this way here in America.
But